Welcome to Cooking with Jess. Today we're going to do something very, very near and dear to my heart. What is this called? This is called vegan ramen. Now, as you can see, there's not a lot of ingredients that we're going to be using today. The main character in this show, let me not get overly dramatic, but let me tell you something about this broth. This right here, this is where the work comes in. This broth has all type of magical stuff in it. It has, are you ready for this? Potato. It has a Fuji apple. It has daikon. What is that? It's uh it's kind of like a potato. I don't want to say an Asian potato, but it's just like a regular white potato. The skin is white, the inside is white. It gives a lot of starchiness. We have mushrooms. We got cebolla. You know what cebolla is, onions. We have ajo, garlic. We have, when I tell you this bad boy has so much wonderfulness in it, it's this is where the work comes in, right here in this broth. But what we're going to do, we're going to marry the broth with the ramen, and we're going to do a little topping. So that's what I got going on over here. Now, I found this wonderful gluten-free ramen. Now, if you have visited us here before, you know that I'm all about gluten-free. So this particular brand has been working wonders in my home. I really, really enjoy the fact that I can buy these and it comes like in little, like they call it cakes, right? But like little, just like little prepackaged things, not like what we used to eat back in the day when we were on a super, super budget. But this is like similar to that, right? But it's more of like an elevated version, hence it being gluten free. So we're gonna bring that to the water's already boiling, and I'm not gonna mess with it too much in here, but I do want to make sure that we cook that down, and that's not gonna take long. According to the package, it's gonna take about 3 to 4 minutes, and I believe it because I've been using this and it is really, really good. But what I want to get to is I want to get to the toppings. So that's where all these wonderful things come into place. First thing we're going to do is we're going to use a little bit of sesame oil in the pot. And we're not going to use a lot. We're really not. We're just going to, you see that? Boom. Look at that. And the pot is it's already hot. See that smoke? Ooh, I wish you could smell it. That sesame oil. So we're going to move quick because we don't want anything here to burn or linger longer than it needs to. So we got that. We're going to add some broccolini. That's what this is here. And we're going to move it around. You hear that sizzle? Oh, we are here we came to party. Oh, God. Wow. So let's move a little faster. And then I'm going to add some cremini mushroom. This is just one mushroom, sometimes called Bella. I know it as Bella. Now, all of a sudden, name changes. Things have gone through a fancy transformation, so now they're being called cremini, but it's baby Bella's, the same exact thing. I'm just going to move this around just a little bit because I don't want the broccolini to burn. And then, so here's the big thing here. This is called kombu. I'm going to put this in here as well. Now, the kombu was a major part in the broth that I made. And I'm going to show you what it looked like before because it was dried. And when we put it in the broth, what happened was it's turned into this wonderful looking green thing. The whole purpose of it, though, is to give the broth more of like depth and flavor. Let me show you what it looks like real quick. So it's called kombu. See that? Kombu. And this is just the brand that I was able to get at my fancy store. This is what it looked like before. And I used two of these in the broth. I took it out and I just took a little bit of it and chopped it up because we're going to use that as a topping on our ramen. Okay, so we got that in there. Now we're going to add a little bit for a little bit of sweet. I'm going to go with some agave, just a little bit. Okay. And we're going to use this chili oil. Now this might make it a little spicy. It don't want to come out. What are you playing around? You hear me sniffling? Let me tell you something. All this wonderful stuff here, and I didn't even put the chili in there yet. Oh man, it's real. It's real. All right, let me take a deep breath because I do not want to be sneezing and coughing with this chili, this chili oil. Woo. And then we're gonna add. So I like to use. This is a soy sauce, but I don't do soy. So that is a special no soy sauce, and that's about a tablespoon and a half. Oh, that smells so good. In this particular brand, they use a apple cider vinegar, and I could always smell it. It's just like a nice little sweet smell. And then I have a rice vinegar. Okay. So imagine all those flavors just in the toppings. So you know it's gonna get real when we add it to this broth. And with the broth, when I cut up all these ingredients, and I will. It's so in depth. Like I'm just gonna be real. It's so in depth. This broth, the amount of vegetables I put in this thing, that's a whole nother video, truly. But what I cut up, which I started to mention some of the items I cut up in there, including carrots as well, and celery, and oh my gosh, it's a lot of stuff in there. But cooking that down, and I brought the water to a boil, and then the I put in the all the ingredients in it, boiled it for. I took out the kombu because we don't want that to like cook down too much. And then what I did was I let it steep for 2 hours. Took it off the stove, put it to the side. Because if we keep it on the stove on that hot eye, or depending if you use electric or gas, but you know what I mean? Like you leave it on the heat source still, it will still continue to cook. And I didn't want it to continue to cook. I wanted it to more like seep, or like we say, we wanted to draw out the flavor. So I let it sit overnight just to the side of the stove. And this is what it looked like. This is what it looked like this morning. This is what it looked like. So we're almost good. I don't want to mess with the new. I keep saying that. So I'm definitely not going to do that. And I think we're good over here with this. It smells so. It's. I wish you were here to smell it, man. It's a lot of. It's interesting because I'm smelling like a lot of sweet, and I think that's because of the apple cider vinegar. I think that's because of the agave I put in here, and I wasn't really expecting this to be like sweet, sweet, or at least the smell of it. You know, we're gonna taste it though. It looks so. It looks so pretty. Oh, look at you! Look at these ongos, boy. Oh yes, ongos. I never realized how much I like cook with ongos. Ongos are mushrooms. I never realized it until I actually like started like documenting what I made. Oh my gosh, ongos be. Listen, if it ain't on the list, I'm not going to the party, and it stay on the list. And it's so. This is why I rock with ongo. It's so soft, flavorful. Lord, let me tell you something that actually just came through right here. And it's not even like super super spicy, but it's flavorful. It's flavorful. Don't need to add no kind of salad. We don't need no salt in this party because with all those with like the no soy sauce that I put in there, I think we're good. Like, and then we already have a lot of flavor in the ramen broth itself. So I don't want to OD at all with the salt. We don't need to do that. All right, we are good. I think we're good with it. Let me just taste one of the noodles just to make sure. Because since this is gluten free, right? It's made out of this particular one is made out of rice. Um, so because it's not like a traditional um, noodle, I just want to make sure that the consistency is right. It's like almost there. I'm gonna turn it off still. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I know that I'm going to put this broth in there. I'm gonna use that same pot. I'm gonna strain it though. We're going to strain the noodles because we don't want it to keep cooking. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to heat up. I'm just going to set this to the side. I'm going to heat up the broth, and then we're going to mix all these ingredients together. And we're going to have some ramen. We're going to top it off with some little cutesy looking stuff so it looks pretty. This is 2 cups of that ramen broth. Woo, when I tell you the amount of work, okay? The amount of ingredients. Because really all you're doing is just chopping and dropping. Like really, we're chopping up the stuff, we're putting it in a pot, and we letting it go. Except for we want to take out that combo as I mentioned, but like that was it. And then it did what it was supposed to do. I strained it, and there we have it. And it made about two, so I have of these containers, I have 4 of these containers worth. So I'm gonna put some in the refrigerator. I'm gonna put 2 of them in the refrigerator, and I'm gonna put the other one in the freezer. And I might have like a little bit more left over. So we're just gonna rock with it and see. We're gonna be having ramen. That's what we're gonna be doing. And then when it's time again to have it, I already have the broth, so I don't have to do it. I don't have to do it again. So while this warms up, I'm gonna check over here on this because I wanna drop this in. Let's go ahead and drop that in there. Like I said, it was almost ready. Almost ready. So you sitting there, just get some of that flavor, just a little bit. And I'm gonna start plating this up, really, because there's not too much that has to be done from this point. I went ahead and I cut up um, some scallion, so I'm gonna top it with that. And I also have some sesame seeds. I got some white premium roasted. Why is it premium? You know, sir. That's what they said. So we're gonna rock with it. I just know that it is roasted, and I wanted some white seeds, and I've had this thing forever. Like it don't get a lot of play. I don't make a lot of stuff with sesame seeds. I'm gonna challenge myself to find some more recipes that I can make with it though, because why not? You know, let's get fancy. Life is short. Let's be fancy. I just want to see real quick where we at with this. Let me not use that one because it got some stuff on it. Let me go ahead. Let me get another spoon. I just want to see where we at with this heat. Let's see. I wasn't ready for this. I wasn't ready for this broth. Like heating it up and tasting it. Okay. We definitely gonna do a video on this because again, the amount of vegetables that went into that went into this thing, oh my gosh. It was amazing. And to think that this all came from vegetables is amazing to me. All right, so we're gonna get some of this broth on there. Mm, I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. I don't know if it's a daikon. I don't know what it is, but anyway, let's just put a little bit because we just want to taste just a smidgen. Ooh. And I'm really working on like the presentation because that's not my ministry. That's not, you know, that's not really what I do. She does things, but I mean, to make it look cutesy. We working on it though. We working on it. So this is what I got. This is what is looking like. Let's just put a little bit. I don't want to. You see why I don't use a lot of this? I just don't. Tell me this didn't come from some restaurant. What? What? Okay, the most important thing is to taste it though. Let me get my little chopsticks. Wait. If we gonna do it, we gonna do it. We are gonna do it. And please know, I am not a professional when it comes to chops. I know a little something like it's not gonna fall off, but don't judge. Okay? I did not grow up eating with chopsticks. I just play one on YouTube. Okay, let's see. Okay. I did drop something. Don't judge me. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. This kombu business, this is what's giving it like some life, some flavor. Of course, everything that happened over here for the toppings, this was a good idea. This was a very good idea. I'm gonna tell you right now. You need to make this. You need to try this. Why go to the restaurant when you could do this at home? Like seriously. I got a little bit of heat from that chili. Wow. Let me find out. I'm over here making ramen. What? Okay. I hope you make it. I hope you enjoy it. Let me know what you think. This is, honey, let me tell you something. This combo, the business. It's the business. All right. Until next time. Bye.